Hi, so kind of been gone for a while. I have been basically doing something creative, and shout out to two ladies on TikTok introduced me to pitch decks maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. I started like working on some, so right now I only have like three. I wanted to do three, kind of like show an example, so this may be like a long video, but whoever sees it sees it. Hopefully it gives like you some idea of like when I start to do that, because I would not mind being like kind of like a creative director or some sort. I just want to do something creative with my life, and I don't want to feel like I failed or anything. But what is failure? And then if you don't try, and then also been feeling like, oh well, kind of feel like I'm late to the party. But then again, what is time? Who says it's not a perfect time to do anything? Technically speaking, anytime is the perfect time. So hopefully me kind of like showing this example of what I think is a good idea for myself, because I don't mind like also doing like wedding planning and visualizing that too, but that's going to take a little bit more time for me, because I do know it's, I wouldn't say hard, it's just something I'm not used to yet, but I don't mind. I just want to do something creative. So, you know, to the gods and goddesses, the universe, hear my prayers. Hopefully I ever be in a space that's like perfect place, perfect timing, around the perfect people, and you know, correct time, space, whatever, right? So gotta create opportunities for myself to be seen and be invited, so might as well just do it like this. But anyway, this is what is like a key thing for a pitch deck. So the key structures for it: title screen, general overview, which is log line, and I believe a log line is I wouldn't say the plot, maybe it is the plot of the movie. I think that is what it is, a plot of the movie, but it's kind of similar to that. The genre, the runtime of, technically because it's like a movie structure, runtime of the movie, the status, like if it's filming or not, and then like filming location. So within that general overview, I did like the genre, the status, and then location, because I can't say runtime because, girl, it's not a music video yet. It's not a music video yet. Then after that, the general overview, I added the key tones and styles and themes to it. So I just typed mostly that out, and then some of it I did add the imagery to it, but mostly just talk about the key tones and the theme on that. Now, under that, it does say similar projects. Listen. I didn't put that because it's no set in stone of most of these yet. So I skipped that for now. Of course, you can add that later, but still. Now, story synopsis is really important. It's really important because it's supposed to give text, visuals, or just explanation of like what it's going to be about. And I always have a good plot in my head. Always have a good story analysis. Story synopsis. Oh my God. Story synopsis. So sorry. Story synopsis. And then after that's the characters. Didn't really put that. Anyway, then settings, and then crew overview, you know, who helped on a project. And then at the end page, it is like contacts, because you're supposed to do that. And then, of course, it says optional, just like marking, proposal, scouted location, casting, and like playlists. But since we're not doing a movie, and since I'm not doing a movie, and I'm trying to get this going for an actual music video, we don't need that. technically, if it is shot for a music video that you took pictures on, because technically you would be the one taking pictures if you're doing like a pitch deck and trying to sell this. What you be selling a music video for? More we just not, well, for marketing purposes, you would leave it to like, okay, marketing opportunities, marketing structure, target audience. That I did add some just to that, because the free templates that I got on Canva, amazing. I just left some shit in there, you know, for marketing purposes, and then kind of build on that. So some shit I got in there, some shit I don't. Wait, let me show some examples. Okay. And mostly I did this for artists is like I'm obsessed with. So, okay. Sorry. Boom. Projects. Now don't make fun of me. But technically, don't really pay too much about the background. But the color text is what I'm really wanting to focus on. Oh, this is a terrible second page, but Jesus, just listen, look, it's terrible. I tried to be like, you know what I'm saying? But the artist is Gabriel Jacob, and Pitchfork, same sign. So one of his music videos that I'm obsessed with. I really love this song. Anyway, general overview. So the genre is like alternative R&B, like his music is that, and kind of like neo soul. Not neo soul, but like new soul, kind of new soul music. Film location, since his aesthetic is kind of like southern, the hood, or like his hometown like aesthetic, which is where he grew up. I think he grew up like Carolina. But film location, I did say like South Carolina or Georgia or like Louisiana. And of course, I'm sad as of filming it. But key tones and the themes, which is like kind of like this greenish overlay, like, and visualize it. Greenish overlay. Not like a harsh, like dark green, but like, you know, like a soft, like earthy tone greens mixed with like a light, of that same kind of hue, but like a lighter green, kind of like basically this, and you know, soft browns and like a nice rich dirt brown for some of the stuff. But that's what I was thinking. But the theme of it's going to be like kind of like a black gothic, like southern gothic aesthetic, kind of like in a nod to Sinners, but I kind of thought about this concept a little while ago, so I'm not trying to bite off of Sinners whatsoever, but kind of like a black juke joint. You know, I'm visualizing like a lot of sweaty dancing, so like people are gonna be like sweaty, and then it should feel like a house party vibe. And like me personally, I do love like the alternative aesthetic, so I wanted to give like a more of a dark grungy feel. And you know, some of the dancing sequence gonna be like a slow like flash scene of like the dancing, you know, like maybe that's why, and like that's what I'm okay. Anyway, listen to the song. Pause this video, listen to the song. Well, no. You look at the song after this, and then come back and then tell me if you visualize what I'm trying to see. But anyway, the story synopsis for this, it should feel like the singer is like hosting a party, very like casually, like people are coming in, like without him like inviting people over. So maybe like a regular thing that he does from time to time, like everybody who's surrounding, you know, the area always come to him, and kind of like I'm visualizing people just walking up in his big, you know, lawn and shit like that, and just like, you know, hey, the party's inside is waiting. Anyway. And I put here, I was like, sex is in the air and everybody is spread it out. I mean, spread it everywhere in the house. I mean, we can also do shots like outside. I really should have just put another slide for like camera work, because I really do want it to be like fire angles, kind of like it plays that. Like sometimes I was thinking like be up here and then be down there and then like in the hands. I love camera works like that. Sick shit. Anyway, yeah, sex in the air, slow choreography, slow choreography dancing. Visual for the house, I was like a little trash on the floors, because like I said, it's a lot of fucking people. People are like drinking and, you know, feeling good and high. People there are drinking good and high. That's what I said. I really should rewrite that. Singers should be, you know, having ladies or guys all over them in like some scenes. I do want one scene where they kind of like they're kind of by themselves in like a room that's, like I said, green overview, where it's just like, you know, like it looks like a projector just on them, but then, you know, kind of like think to themselves, or not think to themselves, but like, you know, posted up and or dancing, just like looking good by themselves. So that's kind of that, but that's not a story synopsis. I'm also just adding the camera scenes here too. Singer should be looking and waiting for someone to take his attention away. He finds them eventually. Then they dance around each other, and then one scene needs to be in the bedroom, and in a scene where they are in a sense kind of like by themselves, but not really, like, because I envision them finally find each other. The person walks into his front door. He is not that far from his bedroom, kind of like, you know, like, oh, okay, they see each other like right there. And I want this like a centerpiece in the middle, so it's like circular, to where they have to kind of like do this, you know, mating thing. Like when they come towards a certain point, they have to like walk around opposite each other, but like they're staring intensely. And maybe that, you know what I'm saying? So like sexual dancing like that, not really sexual dancing, but, you know, dancing like that to where it's like you're luring, and then afterwards they kind of like are together like in one scene, and then when they say same sign, I'll be like same sign, and then kind of like dancing together. Anyway, whatever, fuck. I want some shots where it's like video recording, because I think that is cool to add. And it says this music video should be the definition of like sensual sex and love and romance. That's what I wanted, but you don't have to show, there's no sex gonna be in the music. It's just gonna allude to that, but we want it to be like a romantic feeling, because in most of his songs, which I kind of get, he is more of that like romantic type and yearning type of young person. So he yearns for it, yearns for love, even though yearning is not always good. But once you're in a relationship, you should yearn for it. That's just my opinion. Anyway, so this imagery, I took some images from Google. I'm not gonna do that again. Pinterest is where it's at, but there was no like overlay, like green overlay that I really wanted. So I kind of had to do this on Procreate afterwards. Don't make fun of me. But you know, like this. Like this is what I envision for it. This is what I envision for it. At least some of the scenes are like shots that you could be in. Now, like I said, I believe his fan base, like, cause I had like a target marketing. I just left that in there. You know, his fan base is like interested in like neo soul. I mean, that's just what it is, or new soul. But then also kind of should be, like I said, a reminisce, like the music video should be like reminisce of people who like love Sinners or like that country aesthetic, because he is country. He's proud to be a gutter child, and that's the name of his that's the name of his album. He calls himself a gutter child. So anyway, so these are more visuals that I cooked up. Now these I found on Pinterest. Okay, found these on Pinterest. Not a lot, but just, you know, gotta get that feel of like we really in the South, southern gothic, southern black gothic aesthetic. That's what I kind of envisioned. That, and then to be honest, like the dance floor scene, because I do want it to have like a dance floor scene where people are on and they're dancing and sweating and kind of like, you know, leaning on each other. Like, ooh, what you kind of like skin to skin contact, like grabbing or like focusing, like, you know, tilting their head towards this way or anything like that. And I want a shot where they're kind of like sitting down and like, you know, singing and being like cool or whatever. Those are like the 4 scenes that I had in my head. Well, and the bedroom shot to where, you know, just people are laying on this like massive bed, but you know, he or wherever he wants to be in the music video is like center focus and kind of presume like a sensual, like, I really do want you. I don't care, you know, who's around, but do some PDA or like allude to where I'm like trying to pounce on you. Basically. Okay, so the second one I ever did, I think I cooked better. Because during this time, I was really, when I say really obsessed with, I still am obsessed with the song, don't get me wrong. But she is a newer artist. Gabrielle Jacob, been kind of, I think putting out music since 2023. She kind of just started, and found her on TikTok. There's a lot of talented motherfuckers just on TikTok. That's why I can't, it's a hard thing to like delete TikTok. Like it really is so hard to delete TikTok. This is for her. I don't know if she'll ever see it, but like I said, I'm gonna kind of tag who am I talking about. I don't know if they'll ever see it, but even if nobody watches this video, this is just for me, for documentation purposes. Strictly for me, I do not care. This is for me. I've been posting for me for so long. Anyway, but once again, for small artists. And she is a lesbian singer, because we support. But yeah, I wanted to, well, it was kind of hard not to visualize a music video for this, because the theme, of course, of her singing is obsession. I don't care what she's probably saying different, but I'm just taking it as that she's probably says it is really about desire. It really is really about desire and kind of like lust feeling. But me, I spin that and made it to where it's kind of like about obsession and lusting hardly, like I need you desperately type thing. But I mean, that's just what I was going with. It's probably but my witch self, like I feel like I'm gonna lean towards the alternative weirdness of it all. So if I do become like a creative director of anything, I'm just letting them know. Which I feel like I can always work with clients on their vision. So like we can do a collab. Okay, we can do a collab. I just thought mostly like the signature of what I want to do is kind of like in that dark aesthetic. But here's the thing, I don't know if everybody does it, but dark aesthetic stuff, I'm like, yes, it is going to be dark settings, dark themes, but oh, dang it, my thing ended. But always a pop of color. Now, I was always thinking about like in the past, maybe like a ball, kind of like think of like a Pink Floyd, that iconic Pink Floyd album, but in a circular ball to where it does show like a lot of colors. And it's always somewhere in the music video, or the person's like kind of like carrying it around like that's a source of light. So not black and white, but just like dark background, kind of look like you're in a damn movie, which that's how I want most of my music videos to be, like movie wise, real cinema, but in a music video, like a short music video. Anyway, boom, that's the artist's name, the title of the song. This is a pitch for a music video. The genre is kind of alternative R&B, because it is. Film size, like I said, it's not a full run of a music video yet, but you know, I would love film locations. I was thinking like LA. I don't know, I was thinking of LA, and or like a popular city where we can have like a condo, be like a nice condo or apartment. That's what I was really thinking. Now this one I did a little bit better when it comes to the structure of it, but it was really the template that really helped. But anyway, like I said, like kind of in like this, I mean like dark background, something like that, but it's not always black and white. The key tones and themes, so like the vision, music video is going to be in a big apartment and condo. It has to be, since she is a lesbian and she's talking about desire for another woman, needs to be focused on a woman lead. She will be the only one in the music video. This is what I envisioned, which I still love the idea in my head. And I made sure I did this shit before it left my brain. The song is it's not about obsession, but I feel like it gives that energy. She will be obsessing over the owner of the house. Spoiler alert, the woman stuck in the woman's house when she's not there. And making it like it's her own, so kind of the woman's a stalker. while she's doing like dancing all over the home. So she's like really happy and, you know, really excited just to wait for the woman to show back up. But while she's doing like dancing in different locations, plot twist, there's gonna be a zombie apocalypse happening. It's happening right outside, but she's safe, so it's okay. She's safe. Okay, so the themes, filming in black and white. I do want that. That's the only time it's not saying it's always gonna be in black and white. Filming in black and white, but I always will have a pop of color somewhere. So it can give like a filming a movie vibe. There would be like a pop of color and some items. I want the music video to have like a final girl energy, to all have a final girl energy while the lead is obsessing over the owner who is not home yet. Sexual/sensual style of dancing, early 2000s zombie movie vibes. Shaun of the Dead type of movie. Yeah, so, and that's why I kind of had these kind of like that, like zombies are outside at some point. You'll see them in the music video. And then like whatever big ass bed she's waking up from, because that's how I want the music video to like start, her waking up, because technically the first words is, I can't even sleep, you always on my mind, think I'm in too deep. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just listen to the song afterwards. This I wrote a lot for this. Anyway, the video starts off with a woman lead waking up in bed from an intense dream, get out from the bed, and start dancing in a sensual contemporary mixed style dancing. She's obsessing over the missed feeling of being with someone so bad that she can't sleep or can't get the feeling of them off her skin. She's dancing almost everywhere in their house. She dances her way to the living room, sensually dancing on the sofa, and then this is just a play-by-play, takes a picture of the homeowner off the table and look at them, you know, kind of like, you know. And then after she takes the remote to the curtains, press it to get like some outside light, and living room, which reveals there will be literally zombies outside of those windows. And I kind of wanted to be in a living room there to where it's kind of big windows, kind of just showing like either like the backyard or pulling area or something like that, to where it's like a full display. I don't know how houses or condos look like, but I know most of them have like huge ass windows where it just shows the back. That's kind of one, but in the woman's head, that doesn't bother her because she continues to dance. Then she dances on the windows, kind of like, oh, nothing can ruin this for me. I'm like in euphoria because I'm here. In the midst of her dancing, while she's near the windows, she coughs the blood. That still doesn't bother her. Deep into her maladaptive daydreaming, she imagines the woman she's obsessed with in some area, probably still in the living room. And she starts crawling on the floor. It's a carpeted floor. Sensually moves towards where she envisioned the artist, but I slick like kind of want the living room to kind of be like a little bit lower, to where it's like when you come inside the living room, there's like tiny small steps, like maybe 2 or 3 steps to get to the living room. Crawl to that area and then like you know, like arched, kind of be like been a backward arch, to where she's like sensually, gesturally, like, okay, I'm just saying words. She's sensually dancing or sensually posing like that. After her routine on the ground, she gets up and she looks at her legs, and there's a zombie bite, preferably whichever leg. She didn't realize that until now. Once again, she doesn't care and moves to another room. I do want throughout the apartment or condo to be pictures of the homeowner and, like, you know, with their partner and or family, to really emphasize like this is not her home. So it was like she fucking broke in. Dances some more and then starts to feel and look more sickly. So of course there's gonna be some shots where that, and then I want some shots where she's sitting down in another area, kind of like doing like, okay, yeah, she dances some more and then starts to feel more sickly. Going down towards the living room again, because I know parts of the songs where it says like you want to like burn up in flames. I do want to make it look like she's getting like extremely hot, like she's visually throughout the whole music video, you see her change and feel and look even worse, but she's serving. Now what she's wearing, because I didn't add the visuals to that, I slick want her to have one like boxer briefs, like panties, and either a crop top or like a regular t-shirt, but I do want her to show her stomach, just a little stomach, not on with a little pooch. Yeah, that's the outfit. And hair, you know, just natural state, preferably curly, because I want a black woman to be this. She's a black woman, she's the singer, so I kind of want representation. I really thought about this for her. Wow, look at me. But going back towards the living room, her skin started to show, her veins bruise more. So I kind of want that zombie like infected bite taking over her skin, so her vein, because that's how it is. When zombie bites, kind of, you look more sick or you see your veins more. In that scene, like I said, some bursts out to flames. I want her to look like she's fucking sweating, like she's like, oh my gosh, she looks like shit. And then in another part of it, afterwards, in the song too as well, does to be like something that she says like alive. And then I kind of want the actress to, like, her stomach aches terribly. She finally, you know, gets on her knees because like she's curling over. We're in the middle of the living room, or like that space between the door. Finally, she, after kind of being there for a minute, like curled over, like everything's like covering her head and like can't really see her until finally she looks up and like she's completely a zombie. And like I said, it's contemporary dancing, so she should do whatever. But then once she does turn, since she is, you know, fully turned into a zombie, I want it to be like more like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to watch these. I don't want to watch these back. And still in zombie state, she's still yearning, still obsessed with the homeowner. But this time she wants her flesh. She wants her flesh. But I mean, yeah. And then of course anybody can visualize like whatever happened to the homeowner. Come up with their own like conclusives of like, why is a zombie apocalypse happening? Why did she break into it? Why does she think the homeowner was going to be there? Is the homeowner dead? Anyway, these are my image concepts. Like, I think I did my big one with this one. I do love this. It's just like the imagery of like, I am projecting my image of you in my head so badly it looks like this. I'm obsessed. I can feel you when you're not here. I want you to look at me. I need you to look at me. I feel like I'm going crazy because you're not here. And then here's some more like imagery. You know, this is imagery of them finally turning into a zombie. Visualization of them turning into a zombie, but still like really? I can't talk today. Desiring, wanting even after they become a zombie. So, but still obsessed with you. Still want you in my zombie state. I don't know if y'all seen a movie, but there was like concept of a zombie, but this human wise, he was a vegetarian. When he turned to a zombie, he just stayed a vegetarian, so he hung out with the humans to help them. I forget the name of that movie, but that was, that was like, oh, okay. Hey, I'm vegan, so I was like, I ain't eating niggas. But of course, you know, that's a picture of me, you know, like, and said, you know, follow me or whatever. But yeah, that's my concept of, thank you. That's my concept of that. I think I really ate with that one. Like, I really like that one.